Hello students, welcome to M10 classes. Hope you all are doing well. In the previous lecture we had completed electricity from physics, and today we are going to start a new chapter from chemistry, that is your acid, bases and salt. Now today's topic is acid, bases and acid base indicators. Now students, you had already read about acid and bases in class 7th and in class 8th also. So let us discuss whatever you have already read, whatever the properties of acids. So acids are sour in taste and it turns blue litmus red. So you had read this property in previous classes. Now other properties of acids are they produce H plus ion in aqueous solution, and as they produce ions in aqueous solution they conduct electricity, and they are soluble in water. This is an important property. Now acids are categorized in many ways. First of all, on strength it is categorized as strong acids and weak acids. Now strong acids, as the name suggests, their strength is more, that means they are more reactive. So what makes them to do so? Because they produce more amount of H plus ions in their aqueous solution, and that is why they are more reactive. Examples are HCl, HNO3 and H2SO4. HCl is a hydrochloric acid, HNO3 is a nitric acid and H2SO4 is a sulfuric acid. In case of weak acids, they produce less amount of hydrogen ions, and that's why they are less reactive. For example, H2CO3, that is your carbonic acid, CH3COOH, that is your acetic acid, and citric acid, that is found in lemon and orange. Again, on the basis where it is derived from the materials from which it is derived, acids can be categorized as mineral acids and organic acids. And these mineral acids are also known as inorganic acids, as they are derived from inorganic substances and they are very much corrosive. For example, is your HCl and H2SO4, that is your hydrochloric acid and sulfuric acid. Organic acids, they are derived from organic sources and they are generally weak. For example, citric acid, oxalic acid, tartaric acid, and these are. Now coming to bases, bases are bitter in taste. They turn red litmus blue. You have read it. And they produce OH minus ion in their aqueous solution. Now acids are producing H plus ion in their aqueous solution, and bases are producing OH minus ions in their aqueous solution. Now you have read that acids are soluble in water, but in case of bases, all the bases are not soluble in water. So those bases which are soluble in water, they give rise to alkali. So if anybody asks you what is alkali, the water soluble bases produce alkali. So again, they can be categorized as your strong bases and weak bases. Strong bases produces more amount of OH minus ions in their aqueous solution, and they are more reactive and corrosive. For example, NaOH and KOH. This NaOH, sodium hydroxide, is also known as caustic soda. KOH, that is potassium hydroxide, it is also known as caustic potash. Weak bases, they produce less amount of OH minus ion in their aqueous solution, they are less reactive. For example, MgOH2 magnesium hydroxide, NH4OH, that is your ammonium hydroxide. Remember this magnesium hydroxide is also known as milk of magnesia, which is used to treat indigestion and acidity. Now suppose I have given you two colorless solutions and I will tell you to distinguish between those solutions which one is acid and which one is base. Now you may say that sir, acids are sour in taste and these bases are bitter in taste. So by the help of taste we can easily distinguish between them. But many acid and bases are also poisonous. So distinguishing with the help of taste is the not the correct procedure. So what are you going to use to distinguish between acid and bases? So we are going to use acid base indicators. Now what are those acid base indicators? These are the substances or dye here means color, which change their color in acidic or basic medium. So these are called indicators, and they are basically of two types. One is natural indicator and synthetic indicator. Natural indicator, as the name suggests, they are derived from natural sources. First one, litmus solution. Litmus solution is a purple colored dye. Its color is purple. It turns red in acidic medium and turns blue in basic medium. And you have already read about this red litmus and blue litmus. Turmeric solution, you can prepare it by using your turmeric and water, and it is yellow in color. Its color in acid is yellow and in base it is deep red. China rose, red China rose, its solution is red in color, but its color in acid is magenta and in base it is green. And if somebody will ask you what is the source of litmus solution, now this litmus solution is a purple color dye that I have already read. Now it is a dye obtained from lichens, so they are extracted from lichens. Now see here, we are going to test it. This is turmeric and this is your red China rose, and I have taken lemon here for your citric acid, and I have used detergent. It is basic in nature. Okay. Now I have used this turmeric and your red China rose as your indicator. I have rubbed it on a paper. I'll see here, these are the papers I have rubbed it on it. The first one is from red China rose and the second one is of turmeric. Now let us see how do they change their color. Now see, this is detergent which is basic. Now see, on red China rose it is turned into green color, and if I am going to apply it on turmeric, let's say, what is the color change? Now see, now this is changing into deep red color. So this is the effect of base. Now see what is the effect of this acid. The lemon contains citric acid. Now put it over this. Now see, I am putting this acid over it, lemon juice, and it turns into magenta color. Now let us see what will be the color change on turmeric. Now see, it is turned into yellow color. When lemon juice is put over it, it turns into yellow color. So students, as these are obtained from natural sources, you can get turmeric at your home, you can get red China rose at your home. So you can prepare your own indicator and you can test acid and bases which are present at your home, like your as you have seen the lemon which contains citric acid and you have tested it. So you can test it at your home also. This should be interesting. Now coming to synthetic indicators. Now here I have taken two examples which are there in the book, and they are also important from exam point of view. It is generally being asked in your practical oriented questions. Now see here, phenolphthalein. Phenolphthalein is a colorless solution. It doesn't change its color in case of acid. That means it remains colorless. But in case of base, it turns into pink color. Methyl orange, it is orange in color. Its color in acid is red and in base it is yellow. Now let us see. Now see here students, it is methyl orange. Its color in acid it is red, and in your alkali it is yellow in color. Now let us see phenolphthalein. See here, phenolphthalein is colorless, and in acid it is also remaining colorless, but in alkali it is turning into blue color. Sorry, it is pink color. Now see here students, this is phenolphthalein. I have taken this alkali, that is NOH, and acid, that is your HCl. Now see, if I am going to put phenolphthalein in this base, it turns into magnificent pink color. Now whenever I am putting it in acid, that is HCl, there is no change of color. So this verifies that phenolphthalein in base turns into pink and in acid it remains colorless. Now let us see what would be its effect on methyl orange. Again I have taken the same solutions, same base NaOH and acid HCl. Now this is methyl orange. Now let us see what will be the change of color. Let us see first in NaOH, which is alkali. Now see here, it turns into yellow color. Now see here. Now let us see what's its effect on acid. Now whenever you are adding it to acid, it turns into red color. Now this verifies the synthetic indicator test. Now let us see what is olfactory indicator. Olfactory sense, it relates to your smell. That means olfactory indicators are those substances who change their odor or smell in acidic or basic medium, and they are known as olfactory indicators. Okay, now let us consider this onion, vanilla and clove. They have their characteristic smell, but in case when you are adding acid to it, they do not lose their characteristic smell, but whenever you are going to apply base over it, they are losing their characteristic smell. So as the smell changes in case of base, it is known as an olfactory indicator. So this is all for today, from acid, bases and salts, and in the next lecture we are going to read about the different properties of acid and bases. So till then, students, goodbye and good luck.